Hey, everybody, let's get this show on the road. How's it going? Welcome to the Psychic News Network Friday Night Live. How are you holding up, all right? I don't have my microphone plugged in, but I might go ahead and plug it in. Let me see. I think I will. Just to be safe, because the sound has been quite low lately. All right. I need you to be my sound room. Can you hear me okay? All of you? All right. Looks like you can. It is July 18th, 2025. This is my third video today. All right, good. Yay. And I know that it's been a tough time for all of us. As things kind of heat up with this administration, this regime, people are getting really, really nervous. But I want everyone to understand that it's going to get really active. You can't hear me? Maria can't hear me. And Darren says I'm coming in loud and clear. Maybe I need a pendulum. Hang on a second. I do have a fan, so let me just move it. And that might help. Okay, we're good. I think the letters are going the right way too. So kindness changes everything. This reminds me of my dad, because when he was in his final days, there was a little shop next to where he was staying. And I found this there, and it kind of reminds me of him. It's nice to be nice. All right. What are you all doing to calm down? Tell us what you're doing to calm down. You watching off the ledge? Bonjour. I went to an amusement park last night. It did rain, but I had a delicious lobster roll. Okay, so he's not going to last. All right. Working in your yard, working in your garden when it's not too terribly hot is very grounding. There's something that people call earthing. I talked about it recently, where you can bury your feet in the sand if you're by a beach of any sort. Yeah, I had a lobster roll. It was awesome. You can have lobster roll if you're by the seacoast. Tai Chi and gardening. Okay, I'm going to recommend Miracle of Mind, which I always recommend. Sadhguru has a free app, Miracle of Mind. You can do a meditation practice in as little as 7 minutes a day, preferably longer. But we really need to have things that we do to calm down, because if we don't calm ourselves down, like methodically, I don't mean just like, I should calm down. No, I mean methodically, using a technique to calm and ground. If we don't do that, we're contributing to the chaos. So we speak energy here. Dale saying, I love Miracle of Mind. It's a free app. Just download it. No one's going to put you under surveillance or on an email list. It's a free app. Because that's how important it is. And people that know, like a guru, an authentic guru, people that know, authentic yogis, they know. And people that study metaphysics, this is science, that when we calm down the energy of the collective, we're contributing to peace. Rose is going back to rereading Science of Mind dailies. Good, you're good. Okay, good. I'm grateful that you're here. We're going to get into it. I want to be a little bit more concise with answering questions. That I always have questions on my mind. If you want to throw questions up there tonight, if it feels like it resonates in the sense that if it feels like my guides are going, yes, we've got something on that, then I'll answer your question. So don't take it personally if I don't want to answer your question, because I'm just going with the vibe. I know we're in an extremely tense time, and I know that we need more people involved. And I know we had a great turnout yesterday. I kind of see people lamenting a little bit that they feel like there weren't as many people out there. Keep in mind, it was a weekday, it was a Thursday. And that most people, most of the rallies that have been on Saturdays have been heavily attended. So this is like John Lewis's, the day that he died, to commemorate him. I notice a lot of you are saying you're meditating, so that's great. There's nothing woo-woo about it. It's about just calming your energy system down. The app is called Miracle of Mind, and it's red. Okay. So Warren's asking a question. Michelle, will the truth come out about that orange? You know what? Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. Do I think Humpy was behind Stephen Colbert's show being canceled? Yes. We'll consider that the first question. Yes, I do. I can read on it to ask for more information. Yes. Dumpy is like Kim Jong-un in many, many ways. Okay, so let's take a look at the Paramount situation, because that's been on everybody's mind today. Because of what it indicates is they want to now attack our humor. And Warren, it's hot. I'm going to repeat what I said. If I see your question and it doesn't make a resonant like, okay, answer that, as if the guides have an answer for it, then I will not answer the question. And I said, don't take it personally, right? Did I say that? I love you lots. And Terry just posted the link for Miracle of Mind, or you can just go to your app store. And Warren, if I feel like I have an answer to that question, I'll let you know to post it again. So that's what they come for. In a fascist regime, they want no humor. And in North Korea, if you smile at a serious event, you can be sent to a death camp. I don't believe that it's going to get that bad. And I don't believe that it's going to get that bad because I do feel like the masses are rising up. Okay? So, Maria went to the Thursday rally in Chicago, even though the crowd was smaller, the spirit was strong. It was a very strong energy rally. I posted the one in Portland, Maine. All right, let's pull some cards. Now, I'm just having over here to my left, there's a deck that's, I'm taking a risk. I'm going out on a ledge here. There's a deck that I bought for fun a little while back that has timing. So we're going to see if we get timing. It was 103 degrees in Blue Wind City, and you stayed for as long as you could. Good. To stand in that for 40 minutes was a lot. That was a lot. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card about how long it will take before we see a complete shift. And if it's a stupid answer, I won't tell you because I don't use these cards much. Within 3 months. And what I'm saying is like a big, like this is all overthrown. So we'll just start there. Let's read about Paramount. Now I was I don't remember what I was watching a couple months ago that I saw was Paramount, and I unsubscribed to it. Let's take a look. I don't remember remember what it was, but Paramount was the company, the movie company, and I made sure that I unsubscribed. So unsubscribe from Paramount. Awesomeness is she's going for it. Dumpy's transition, I get within 3 months is going to be an overhaul. Okay, so we'll look at that a little bit more. But first, I'm going to look at the Paramount situation and about well, let's ask the pendulum. I already said yes. Let's see what the pendulum says. Was was Paramount directly told to cancel Stephen Colbert by Dumpy? Was he? Yes, directly told by Dumpy. Now, um, hang on. Okay, so I'm just kind of trying to follow the course of events. Help me out. Stephen Colbert is on what network? What network is Colbert on? Because I always watch him on YouTube. I don't know where he is on the cable network. Is it CBS? I'm not worried about Stephen Colbert, but you know, this canceling his show is CBS. Okay. So Paramount. Okay, so CBS is the one that you know kissed the you know what. Yeah, okay. Let's ask what's gonna happen to CBS. All right. Thank you. You guys are very good at answering questions. Will Stephen Colbert go online? First, I'm going to read about Paramount. Paramount. I was able to quit Amazon. If I was able to quit Amazon, not like I was a huge shopper on Amazon, I just went there for convenience. We all can quit Paramount. Kathy's saying Dumpy is going down. Yeah, so I'm reading on that company, the big conglomerate. They think they own the world. They do. They think they own the world. Queen of Cups, the sun, the star. I did a real quick pop-up just a couple hours ago, and I saw, not even a couple hours ago, I mean, the sun and the star keep coming up. Paramount is partly owned by a lady that is calling the shots, Wildflower Wind is saying, and that's what I get. I get the Queen of Cups. Do you know anything about her, like what her name is or anything? Rose saw that. Yes, the star and the sun are coming up. So I've heard a lot of pessimism today, and I mentioned that earlier, that I took issue with somebody who just, I don't need to mention names. I don't even remember if I mentioned the name. But it was on the MT channel where I was like, do not make a video that leaves you terrified and nothing else, right? And then I started pulling these cards. The sun, the star. This is the third time within the past 2 hours that I've seen the star card. The star card represents that we are guided. Look, we had a rally in memory and in honor of John Lewis yesterday. That's a guiding star. The streaming channel of CBS is Paramount. So what I'm seeing here is basically what's going to happen. The Four of Swords. Yeah, they actually, this is Dumpy not knowing what else to do. So he's gone after CBS. And you know it was because of him that CBS kind of weakened and was bought out by Paramount. And are they still calling it CBS? This is the Four of Swords. This is about Dumpy being exhausted. And so he's kind of like stabbing at everything. Just, oh, get this, get this, get this, get this. Get everything that comes Dumpy's way, he's lashing out at. They have to merge now. I see. I understand. Okay, let's take a look. I mean, it's really coming from his exhaustion. Paramount wants to merge with Skydance, the CEO pledged to FCC, he would ensure CBS News coverage reflects varied ideological perspectives. I haven't heard that. And I'm not familiar with Skydance. Maybe you can give me a couple lines about what Skydance is. Paramount wants to close $1 billion merger and they need FCC approval. Let's ask if they'll get it. I'm tired of hearing about billions. Is anybody else? I'm tired of hearing about billions of billions and billions and billions and billions. You know how Dumpy goes on? Billions and billions and billions. I'm just tired of hearing about billions. And I'm tired of hearing about Dumpy, right? I'm tired of hearing that it's all about the gold and the money. Are you? Think that Dumpy's handler would be exhausted by him? Yeah, really. Now, I'm not taking lightly that Carolyn lying Levitt, and boy did she lie. I'm not taking it lightly in the sense that I don't think that it's just a small thing. Yeah, Terry's exhausted by all the money talk. It's not a small thing that she addressed Dumpy's health. So I did see a picture. I think I have it. I did see, I don't know if anybody saw a picture of his ankles. But I will show you Denise Knight, shout out to her, because she posted a picture of his ankles. Has anybody seen it? Have you guys seen any pictures of his signs of declining health? I don't know if you can see this, I'll enlarge it. See, those are his ankles, and they're like, it's like when you make a scarecrow or something, you know, for Halloween, and you put the shoes on. That's what it's making me think of. You put the shoes on the stuff. It looks like it. I mean his legs. It's like a muffin top, you know. People, you know, with your belt and it's like muffin top legs. So we're gonna read on his health. Yeah, we're gonna read on his health, and I don't predict, you know, the end of people's existence on Earth. But suffice it to say, it is a sign of declining health, right, Donnie? So Carolyn Lyon Levitt actually came out with it because it can't be hidden anymore. And we've had so many instances of his mental decline to the point where he's not only does he talk about Hannibal Lecter, which we haven't heard of recently anyway, but now he's talking about Ted Kaczynski. And I did hear Mary Trump say, you might have heard her say this, that Jeffrey Epstein talked about knowing Kaczynski when they were in school together. I don't know if you guys heard Mary Trump talking about this. Maria's saying, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn about his health. It's not about that. It's connected to everything that's going on. So he's mixing up in his head. Is that really necessary? So annoying. Why do they have to be so loud? Yeah, you heard that, right? Oh, it's definitely more serious than what they're saying. His ankles, his legs. But my point is that Mary was pointing out that he's mixing up in his head what things happened. And then it was pointed out at some hearing by a Democrat. I think it was a Democrat that pointed this out. It's likely. You may have seen this. Motorcycles emphasizing that Dumpy is messed up in the head? Perhaps. I do read things. Kaczynski didn't become like a known name until 10 years after Donald's Uncle John, who's this big genius, he always says, was dead. Yeah. They did announce the condition. You're surprised they even announced that condition. Yeah, they did. So he's mixing up things in his head. So let's read on what's up with that. Electric motorcycles are not loud at all. Oh, boy, I would love that. And even when I was in Maine last night, you know, I was telling my sister, oh, I complain about it on my videos. Do the motorcycles have to be that loud? Okay, 3 cards about Dumpy's health. Reed is saying, Rose, I don't think he has a brain. The announcement means it's worse. Absolutely. His health. 7 of Pentacles, really struggling. 8 of Swords, really is going to be incapacitated soon. 3 of Wands, he is, one of the reasons that he's flipping out. I'll show you the cards. These cards are weird. These are called the Deviant Moon Tarot. All right. So I have the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. There are plans being made behind the scenes for him to be replaced. And that's something that I do want to look into tonight. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. He could play the Scarecrow on the Wizard of Oz. The Scarecrow was smarter. Kathy had a question that I told her I would answer. Okay, hang on. She says, is Dumpy going to do something to kneecap JD? Will he do something drastic and dramatic to stay in power? I told her I'd look at it. Kathy couldn't be here in the chat tonight. Shouldn't Dumpy have a change of heart for the good of humanity since his health is bad? Aw, Alice, you're so cute. You're assuming he has like a heart, like an actual emotional heart. Is this all a distraction from something else that he's planning? Angela, you have to explain, is what a distraction? So what we're going to look at, okay, so what I'm sensing behind the scenes, and it probably doesn't take a psychic, but it is a psychic impression. Electra Storm is saying, who's going to tell JD that's not going to happen? Peter Teal and others behind the scenes have had on, and all the orchestrators, the original authors of Project 2025. This has been going on for a while, and it doesn't take a psychic, but it is a psychic impression. Yeah, Teal and Musk and Vance and Murdoch want him out of the way. And Trump said no 25th Amendment before the election. Did he say that? He has no heart. Yeah. So we're going to do a deep dive right now. We might pull several cards into... Actually, I think we need the... We're going to use the other nefarious cards. We're going to use both. Let's start with these nefarious cards. And what we're going to ask about is Teal and Vance together. So I know you guys are saying it's trying to distract us from the Epstein file, but see, this is where we are. Because there's so many things. So what's trying to distract us from the Epstein file? His health. I'm pulling 3 cards on Vance and Peter Teal. Vance has been groomed. Look out, Annette's reading with 2 nefarious decks tonight. Yes, so this is about Teal and JD, what's Kathy Bill calls him eyeliner man. Yeah. So crazy. We want normal. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. People know. People know what I mean, people that are undercover know what what Peter Thiel and Vance have been talking about. So Angela's asking, is this a distraction? Is his health a distraction from the Epstein thing? No. No, it had to be addressed. I don't feel like that's what that was. The Knight of Pentacles would be JD, Eight of Wands, fast moving movement. They're trying to get something done before they get caught. Wow. Oh well, I'll leave you all to cogitate that one. Yeah, we're not speaking. I never have felt like JD would get in. I know. And here's the thing. Here's the thing too. With all this Epstein stuff going on, the MAGAs are pissed. Yeah, they are. So there's that. I get the Teal JD thing is they want to do something really fast before some woman outs them. It's getting complicated. Comer wants Biden's doctor in for a hearing. How about Dumpy? They're just wasting our taxpayer dollars. That's all they're doing. Okay, I'm going to read on the Vance Teal connection from this nefarious deck. It looks like somebody knows about the plan. And this is not like, I mean, you can't say that, I'm saying things I shouldn't be saying. I know everyone's really all wonked out about that these days, but this is just, it's out there, right? We know the Teal JD connection. We know, for God's sake, we know about Opus. We know about dark money. It's like we know. This has been going on for a long time. Can't hide it forever. Okay, so 3 cards about eyeliner man. What should we call Mr. Teal? When I tune into Teal, I get like no emotions, 0 emotions, cut off from his emotions. Something must have happened to him, kind of like Elon. 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. It looks like it's going to be tough for them because, all right, yeah. So what I'm seeing kind of checks out with these cards too, because as far as what can we call Teal? Does anyone have a nickname? I'll think of something. Eyeliner man and Empty man. We'll call Teal Empty man. Because when I tune into him, it feels like there's nothing in there. Just real robotic. Like Musk. They have that in common. The 7 of Pentacles is they've been doing a lot of work, but there's too much from the past that's been dug up in investigations about what they're up to. So they're facing a big challenge. Empty man, right? T Empty man and eyeliner Vance. Yeah, wow. Weird. Well, let's ask this. We're just going to ask. How about Teal? Thief Teal? Oh. How far are they going to get? I feel like their past nefariousness will catch up to them. It's going to be part of what's already been investigated about them. Okay, how far will they get? Teal is very sweaty. They should be. How far will they get? Queen of Swords in this deck has always represented Kamala, and I have the Chariot card. It's going to happen. Whatever happens, whatever they attempt to do, it's going to happen fast. And there's whistleblowers, whistleblowers, whistleblowers. The pages that come up are whistleblowers, and they often represent we the people standing up. The speed at which they're going to attempt to do this will be their demise, is what I'm picking up. How about Tin Man? Oh, to call him Tin Man. Yeah, Tin Man. That works. But I like the Tin Man. So, because Tin Man had a heart after all. Yeah, this is interesting because what I get is they have a plan, but they need to enact the plan quickly. So here's how mainstream media is complicit. They have to keep the wool over our eyes. And this is where we come in. So we're going to read on that. Yeah, eyeliner man's friend. Oh my goodness. I have my fake beer. I have no tea leaves tonight. It's very humid here. Somebody fill in Jana on Peter Thiel. Okay. I'm going to switch decks and I'm going to ask this. By the way, next week is a new moon in Leo. Check out Kathy Beale and Louise Eddington's latest astrological video. Go to Professional Aquarian. I think it was on her channel, Kathy's channel. We're going to read on the Trader Teal. We use Trader for too many, but we used Marjorie Trader Green. We're going to read on how those rallies went yesterday. Thank you for being here and for hitting the thumbs up, but be aware that I can't see the thumbs up when I'm on StreamYard. So if you can let me know when we hit 200, and I know you will because you all are so cooperative and such a great community, you'll let me know, right? Because you want to do a group hug. So do I. 3 cards on how the rallies went yesterday. I really do feel that John Lewis's spirit was with us all over the country. I really feel like John Lewis's spirit was with us. And if you check out the rally, I did live stream from Portland for almost a half an hour. There was somebody there that played a recording of John Lewis's voice and his speech. His speech is where he said we have to make good trouble and protest. We're at 132 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, everybody! Come on! It's just like I know it's too hot, but it's just like boop, just boop. It's so easy. How'd the rallies go yesterday? The world saw us. The world is noticing, and this is what I'm being moved to say to you. And I've said this before. I got this guidance before. Just be a body that shows up at these rallies. Just be a body. You will be sort of counted because it will make the crowd look bigger and the world is watching. The Hermit card is indicating that it's making the GOP, the MAGAs, and our Congress feel like they have less and less fans. Yeah, you saw me at the rally. Yeah, it was good. And yeah, it was noticed. So how the rallies went, the hangman indicates we are kind of giving it up. Not like we're giving up, but we are surrendering to the higher power here. That doesn't mean we're not working really hard, because we are. But we're working for the good, and we're surrendering to the awareness that the good wins. Good trouble, right? That is the energy of the John Lewis rallies yesterday. that we were rising up in goodness and the good wins. We're putting our faith and our love for one another and our human love for one another and in our goodness. Right? You like that live yesterday? I know. I was there and I was like, I don't want to just record it. I want to live stream so you could get the vibe. It was a good vibe. And I'll go up there again too. Um, yeah, it's really, yesterday just really pointed out the stark difference between we the people and the fascists. Whoa, boy. There's no breeze. Come on, breeze. Hang on. Yeah, there's hardly any breeze. I bought some brand new wind chimes and they're not chiming. They're downstairs. Okay, so let's read on the Epstein fallout. Have you guys listened to MAGA Mike lately? Don't you just want to? Sandy's like, I think I saw someone eating a lobster roll. It makes you hungry. I know. You know when you have a delicious something and the next day you're like, oh, I wish I had another one. I think it's called Johnny's Shuck Place in Saco, Maine. I always want to call it the Shuck Shack because I think that's a great name for like a lobster place. But anyway, I'm reading on the Epstein fallout. Thank you, Darren, and thank you for your generosity. The fallout from Epstein. A lot of people are gonna hang. The hermit card. Okay, well, this is the second time I got the hermit card, and it's indicating the MAGAs in Congress being isolated, feeling isolated. So there's that. The Page of Swords, we the people. 10 of Swords, we the people are going to make an impact. Tell your neighbors and friends and family to get out there. Because honestly, the rest of the world is wondering why there aren't 50, 100 million people out there on the streets with what's going on. Rita's asking, when's the next protest? I haven't looked. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Shuck Shack is a great name. Okay, I'm not going to stay on too long tonight because it's getting too hot and I feel like I lose people if I go too long. So we're going to answer a couple more questions and then we'll call it a night. You know how things are in flux? How do we know that something will change in 3 months? I hope it's not pessimistic. I think it's a sensible question. Is that your question? Let's read on the MAGA movement and how they're doing. They're actually, well, Dumpy's attempting to blame the Democrats for, it's really getting convoluted. It's really getting convoluted. So let's read on, let's use the pendulum. Let's read on how many people actually, what percentage, we won't use the pendulum, I can't find it. How many people in MAGA are really turning? August 14th is the next rally? No, I don't mean Shake Shack. I meant Shuck Shack, like shucking a lobster or shucking clams. This is why I lose people because they don't know, like what I'm talking about. I have, in time, the MAGAs will turn away from Dumpy. Yeah, I was gonna do percentage, but my pendulum ran away. It does that. This table is very alive. Things move away. This is the temperance. It's just it's a matter of time. Queen of Cups indicates that the women, the mothers, are going to start getting really, really upset at what's happening, and so the MAGA mothers. It feels like I see people. I see things turning. and the Page of Swords. Yeah, the truth is going to get out there, and the MAGAs are going to change. They're going to turn away from Dumpy. Enough of them will. I feel like enough of them will. All right. Let's do a couple more questions, and then we'll call it a night. But don't leave yet. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the state of our democracy and the chances of us making it. Doesn't look like we're going to hit 200 thumbs up tonight. I need your help sharing my videos. Okay, we're going to pull 3 cards about how our democracy is. Beer time, right? When people really get how extreme this is, when everyone's being affected, when they notice how much inflation has skyrocketed, when they notice that there are things, you know, the shipment containers have not been arriving at port, when they notice that our produce is no longer available because they have, you know, ICE is coming and taking the migrant workers. And by the way, they're starting a whole movement, the migrant workers, to stop this craziness. What I see for our democracy is we are holding on to it. We are building a movement, and we cannot be so foolish as to not talk about what's going on. So the shelves are getting bare. Okay. So what I want to say is this. I know it's hard for us. I go through it too. If I go next door to get something to eat, I'm talking to people there. I don't bring it up, and I should be bringing it up. I know it's really inconvenient, and it's really hard to bring up what's going on with strangers, but I have found when I bring it up and that they start talking about what might be going on in America, that I'm able to enlighten them, and I'm able to convey the urgency of the situation. Loud and proud, right? I have that sign over here somewhere. Here it is. This is what I wore in the parade. Loud, proud activist. I should wear it on my back. And this is from our Grassroots of Democracy, Build a Democracy Habit, right? Terry was there. Terry was a big helper for that. We have to be this. We have to be. A lot can happen. At least we have Colbert till the end of May, yes. But I agree, CM, a lot can happen between now and then. So please talk to everybody. Please, let's find out when the next rally is. You all know I stopped Grassroots of Democracy due to lack of interest. That's what we're dealing with in this country. Right before the election, I just stopped it. Because it was like pulling teeth for 2.5 years. A lot of people came regularly, which I really appreciated, but it's not about me and it's not about you. It's about our country. Yeah, we had a lot of big helpers in Grassroots of Democracy. Yeah, we did. But they were only, and you know, I had lots of people here showing up for the live streams, which was great. But when it came to let's get together and meet about how to save our democracy, it was like pulling teeth. Very unfortunate. We do have to deal with apathy, and we don't want it to be too late before we deal with apathy. And every time I read on it, we're close to being in this place where people are aware, but we're not really at the tipping point yet. What's happening July 26th? Oh, the psychic party. Thank you. Next rally. Oh, okay. It's planned for the 26th. And the psychic party too, for members. So this is the message that I have for us all, is we have to start talking about it. This is about, do you want your people that you love to be snatched off the street and never seen again? Are we at 191 thumbs up? 8 more thumbs up to go, and we'll do a group hug before we exit. In the meantime, I could read on something. I think we'll get there. We need the group hug. Let's read on ice. There's a guided meditation for a healed America from Juneteenth under the videos. No, under the live streams. That one has a meditation about changing this ice thing. You broke down in tears at your local crystal store. The woman was so sweet and hugged you. Yeah, we all need to hug each other. It's true. Tell me if we break 200 within the next 5 minutes. I don't think we're going to get there. People are dropping off. This problem that we're having is it's a world problem of fighting evil, good against evil. So this is the devil, the Ace of Cups in the world. This is a world problem. It's a human trafficking problem. You were talking with strangers at a gem show. They seemed unaware of so many issues facing our country. Okay, yeah. So as far as ICE goes, the Ace of Cups in the world, it feels like the world is going to get involved. I did hear that Claudia Sheinbaum, and the president of Mexico, is filing some kind of a lawsuit against ICE for what they're doing. We made it. Okay, thank you. Look, I'm sweating. See how much I'm sweating? So before we go, I think that each time we're going to check in and ask one another, of the people that we've spoken to in our lives, how many know what's going on? Because we can't let the mainstream media being complicit in the fascist takeover of our country to be the ones that ruin our democracy totally. Okay. Oh, a Mexican national died in ICE custody. That's why. Okay. Let's do a group hug. Most of you are sweating. And then tomorrow I'll do the Off the Ledge, which is daily. Please know that every time you book a reading or send me a donation, that's one more bill that I get to pay. That's where I am right now. So it means the world to me. And it's not like you won't get anything if you get a reading from me. You'll get a veteran psychic. And I do everything in a reading. It's like soup to nuts, clairvoyance, past lives, relationships, life purpose, a little bit of astrology that I know. So please check it out. And yes, I checked my mailbox, but I haven't opened my mail. So thank you. And when you become a member, you're invited to our psychic party, in addition to having access to all of my presentations online here under the videos. So you can learn a lot. Yes. All right. Group hug. Let's do a group hug that people wake up all at once, all together. Okay? 1, 2, 3. We're passing the word and waking people up. Once they're woken up, we're good. We got this. And it's just as I'm doing this group hug with you all, there's a beautiful breeze coming in. All right. Thank you so much. And Josh is endorsing the readings for me. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Help me to keep helping you. All right. Love you all, and we'll see you. Thank you, Annette and everyone. Bye. Love you lots.